bad. All right. So shalom, YouTube, man. We had to pick back up this part 2. We're going to finish off this left. I only got a couple more pages. Pick up where we left off. Who else but Americans will consider it holy to hang a symbol of a man dying around their necks, and one which Christians themselves refer to as an emblem of suffering and shame? Write his own Bible. Neither did he interpret it, so any black preacher has the option of interpreting it to his flock in any way he chooses. It is possible to take a passage out of the Bible and put 10 black preachers in a room and tell them to write down what it means to them. Undoubtedly, there would emerge 10 separate different definitions of what the passage means. Jesus did not want confusion. That's a lie. He said he came to bring confusion. Or division, not confusion, division. So I say, that's true. God is not the author of confusion. The average black man is not concerned with which religion the majority of African Americans believe in. They refer to God modernly as the creator and believe that it doesn't matter what a person believes about who God is. What you doing up? What are you doing up? What are you doing up to? Oh, Lord. Y'all need to go get back in the bed. We'll get back in the bed, son. Hey. Can I get a hug? Oh, my boy. Daddy love you. All right. Hey. Bam! That's my boy. Undoubtedly, there would emerge 10 separate different definitions of what the passage means. Jesus did not want confusion. The average black man is not concerned with which religion the majority of African Americans believe in. They refer to God modernly as the creator and believe that it doesn't matter what a person believes about who God is or what they call him, because it all means the same thing, because there's only one God. There is, but he doesn't know which one it is. He thinks that religious choice is an individual one that has no bearing on the unity of a people. Taking a look at other American nationalities and some of their reputations, they list as: number 1, Italian men are known for loyal friendships and organizational skills. Number 2, Japanese men exhibit honor and firmness in their dealings. Number 3, the Jews have determination and unity of cause. Number 4, the Puerto Ricans are traditional and claim each other. Number 5, the Koreans have stamina and group cooperation. Number 6, the Indians. Well, it's time to go to bed. It's all right. Y'all need to get in the bed anyway. Or hey, come here. You can either get in the bed or you can come sit right here and listen. Daddy's almost done reading. So which one you want to do? You come sit up here and listen? Oh, okay. You get up there with him, man. But y'all need to be quiet. All right? Get up there. Climb on. Hey, boy, you better use that stump and climb. Number 6, the Indians maintain their culture and are a proud people. Number 7, the Europeans have agreement and systems to control and rule others. There is one commonality that all of these nationalities have in preserving their cultures and heritage. The one link that joins them is they all have the same religion and names, including the traditions and ceremonies attached to their roots. Their likeness unifies their roots, excuse me. Their likeness unifies them in accomplishing many goals that are far out of reach of the Black man who believes almost strictly in the European religion of Christianity in one form or another. He also uses names that are extracted from all of the other nationalities, or some he makes up himself, which have no meaning at all. Neither do they associate him, all right, associate him with being Black. It is impossible for him to erase the picture drilled into his skull as Jesus, the blue eyes, slender, hippie-looking white man with a beard and long hair, without having another definite face and body to replace it with. He keeps trying to seek help and direction from a God that has no face that he can recognize. It keeps him worshiping white men. The slave master knew that by making Jesus well to superhuman powers, greater than the normal man, he was able to attract the Black man's allegiance to him because Jesus was described as even greater than the slave master himself. That was the only kind of God the Black man would accept. One who was greater and stronger than his master. One who would make everything all right in the great hereafter. His post-existence. Despite the Black man's overriding belief in Jesus, he is afraid to make moral judgments about some of today's immorality because he thinks that he has no right to censor others, and he doesn't want to be accused or moralizing. I know, you need to be quiet. Matter of fact, come sit right here with Dad. Come sit right here. Come on, come sit on Dad. All right. Where are we at? Where were we at? No, we're up here. We're up here. Everyone has a right to do whatever they want to do. Right? Wrong. All morals are grounded in religion. So the immediate to be chosen to represent the right morals. These morals conceivably must be God's selection. So next, a specific God has to be recognized. Once this is done, Armageddon rears its venomous head because Armageddon is the final showdown between right and wrong. Black men are content to wage conversational Armageddon by arguing with nothing is absolutely right and nothing is absolutely wrong. It just depends on the person and the situation. That is how they accept immoral behavior as the norm. Come on, you got to sit still, my boy. Matter of fact, go get in the bed. Y'all go get in the bed. It's past. It's way. Y'all should have. I don't know why y'all not sleeping right now. Give me my book. Let's put the book up. I'm glad y'all want to read, but let's put the book up. Hey, y'all need to go get in the bed, my boys. All right. All right. Hey, go get in the bed, son. I'll be there in a minute. I'll be in there in a minute. All right. These morals conceivably must be God's selection. So next, a specific God has to be recognized. Once this is done, Armageddon rears its venomous head because Armageddon is the final showdown between right and wrong. Black men are content to wage conversational Armageddon by agreeing that nothing is absolutely right and nothing is absolutely wrong. It just depends on the person and the situation. That is how they accept immoral behavior as the norm. Even the God of the European religion that he has adopted is no longer considered qualified to denounce wrongdoing, and his guidelines eliminated to pave way for modern interpretation. Religion, or recognition of the supreme being, is now considered an option. It always has been, and there's no compulsion in it. So the black man timidly defers making judgment calls, and this temperament trails him in all areas of his life. He is hesitant. He certainly is not comfortable taking an opposing he is not comfortable in taking an opposing position or stand on an unpopular subject publicly. He knows it will cause his despair in a form of rejection, being ostracized, and demands to prove his position. He has little or nothing left to defend his position with because he has been stripped of all his moral turpitude. 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 Let's see. Gloria Miller. If you don't have a strategy, you're turpitude. Turkey. Turp. Turpitude is in here. Inherent wickedness, turpitude, inherent wickedness, or his moral turpitude due to all decisions in his life having been reduced to an individual choice or a personal preference. Do your own thing. Live and let live. Chill out. When the white man made up his ideas and rituals and called them holy, he referred to it as a religion. Whenever the black man makes him up a religion, the white man calls it a cult. There have been several brave black men who attempted to make up a new religion for the black man. They desired to change the Christian guidelines around to accommodate ideas more suited to their nature, their dogmas, all but one based on modified Christianity, failed to unite the people under one religious umbrella that would specifically cater to their needs. They were noble Drew Ali, Daddy Grace, Prophet Cherry, Father Divine, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Briefly, their platforms were as follows. Noble Drew Ali. He wrote his own religious text called the Quran. Not the Quran, Koran. Not the same as the Islamic Holy Quran. He wanted the Negro to know their origin as Asiatic, did not seek religious integration with whites. He began his organization in Newark. Drew founded his sect in 1913, and when he died, he vowed to be reincarnated, come back to life after death. Old records say he was a Muslim at heart, but respected the American flag and loyalty to the USA. They celebrate their Christmas on January 5th, and the anniversary of the day Noble Drew was reincarnated. He titled his group the Moorish Science Temple, Moorish American or Moors. Daddy Grace, never heard of him, organized his own Christian sect based on holiness and conversion and being sanctified into the Holy Spirit. Services consisted of regular Christian church behavior, such as intense prayer services and speaking in tongues. He believed in masters and servants. His group was open to blacks and whites, and they used the regular Bible. His program was based loosely on the format of Father Divine's, except he looked and dressed more like a sugar daddy with long hair. Prophet Cherry called his people the Black Jews of the Church of God. He used the Yiddish and Hebrew Bibles. He suggested that his Jewish God was black. He taught his followers of three heavens, one on earth, and a second in the trees, and a third in the sky. He attracted a modest following, and his program, too, was a variation of Father Divines and Daddy Graces. Opinion was that he was an opportunist. Father Divine, he had a humongous ego and didn't beat around the bush, and informed his followers outright that he was their God, the new Jesus. He endeared himself to his flock by instructing them to refer to him as Daddy. As their daddy, he told them to turn over all their worldly goods and house deeds to him, and he would take care of all their personal needs. He developed several commercial products and publication, and weekly hosted huge banquets, which he charged only a few cents for, or fed people free. He was 4 feet 6 inches tall, and told his membership that they would live forever. He also told them that sexual relations in marriage were unnecessary and forbade married couples from sleeping together. Damn. He claimed, well, how you gonna have children? He claimed that his followers did not need doctors because he would heal them. His religious meetings were loud and rowdy with singing, stomping, shouting, and speaking in tongues. He required parents to absolve themselves of motherhood and fatherhood and turn their children over to him to live in the kingdom. His church was open to all races, and he married a white woman who continues to carry on his work today as Mother Lorraine. He acquired several real estate investments like hotels and a roomy castle-like dwelling. If his followers pleased him, he crowned them kings, queens, princes, and princesses with much pomp and royal costumes. He operated his kingdom for about 15 years until he was arrested and on trumped up charges of creating a nuisance. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Declared he was missioned by God, Allah, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to become a messenger of truth to his people. He was the first black man since slavery to introduce the black man to a religion completely different and opposed to the Christian teachings given to them from the slave master. He identified their God as black, showed them a picture of him, told them the white man was a devil and their natural enemy, and called their religion Islam. He told them that before coming to America, that they were Muslims and they should not eat pork and must learn to be self-sufficient. He told the black man that he was a part of God, Allah, the supreme being, and should start preparing themselves to rule the world. For over 40 years, the Nation of Islam labored as the largest, most unified and successful example of the black man's real strength and true nature in American history. Despite the aforementioned options, all existing in the early and mid 1900s, the masses of black men opted not to join either group and clung to regular Christianity. His problem is that he seeks a God who is best experienced by an emotional feeling. He wants a religion which permits him to do anything he chooses and will still accept him as a practicing member. Christianity, including Catholicism, are the only religions that allow him to do this. If he makes up another religion, he makes it a form of Christianity, but calls it something else to make himself believe that he is worshiping a new idea. Today, there are many popular black men TV or radio evangelists spewing all kinds of varied interpretations of Christianity. They sell prayer cloths, hot numbers, crosses that glow, holy paper, and other trinkets they swear will bring the owner good luck and special blessings. They have huge followings and exhibit no shame at ripping the people off in the name of Jesus. Huh. Huh. The black man thinks that the rules or bylaws of a religion are designed to make his life miserable. He has picked up many bad habits that rob him of life longevity and good health. Yet, when it is suggested to him for his own benefit that he stop such vices as smoking, using drugs, drinking alcohol, eating pork, carrying weapons, or promiscuity, he thinks these regulations restrict him from having a good time. He has become so far removed from high moral standards and healthy living that he perceives giving up his vices as depriving him from consuming things that make him happy. He is eternally in search of artificial stimulants to make himself feel better, and becomes addicted to substances and tastes that slightly delay the true reality of his days and nights. When his forefathers were brought to America, they were not using intoxicants, chemicals, or nicotines or caffeine. These are bad habits he has picked up since his original demise. The black man does not think that he can live without these unrighteous practices, even though to stop them would lengthen his life, save him money, and return him to his undefiled state of consciousness. Resuscitation. Resuscitation. Let's see what that is. Resuscitation. R-E-S-U. Resuscitation. Resuscitating, or being resuscitated. Resuscitate. To bring someone unconscious or seemingly dead to life, or conscious again, to revive. Resuscitate. They don't look like resuscitate to me, though. Resuscitate. Resuscitate. Resuscitation. I guess that's how you. Resuscitation is painful to him because wrongdoing is presented as justifiable and convenient. A sensible person in full charge of his mental capabilities will embrace any program that eliminates the need for stimulants and immoral behavior. The black man rejects any program that requires him to clean himself up. He does not know that he must be clean internally in order to think clearly. He seeks a lifestyle that permits him to practice his vices and still authenticates his sincerity of purpose. No such program exists, and they mock the black man who do try to live a vice-free life and label them squares or fanatics. Righteousness is not admired or sought. It is sad that he allows his vices to keep him separated from his God, because no God will accept him while he practices his unholy alliances. The information and descriptions on the previous pages is not presented to insult or make fun of European religions or holidays. Europeans have every right to believe in their own religion and to celebrate any way they please. However, the black man has not been afforded this privilege and has instead become the victim of a very cruel and long-lasting hoax. He has raised, he has raised, he was raised to ignore his own presence. He was forced into this predicament a long time ago due to being fed repeated gulps of positive information about another race, which intentionally excluded his existence. His brain became muddled, trying to digest this disinformation he was given while frantically trying to sneak in a little information about himself. He got indigestion. This disease has already been linked to the slavery process endured by his ancestors, endured by his ancestors to preserve his life, to vaccinate him with this slavery. Everything that was real to him and verified his life was dissected out of his daily lifestyle. The psycho-emotional damage is immeasurable, as yet only partially calculable. Every iota of seemingly unrelated misinformation he was given must be analyzed and removed one step at a time. This chapter attempts to outline selected data objectively by listing examples of how the black man was vilified by European Western precepts. He has negated to consider the overall effect of living a lie. Repression is a safety mechanism for him because his ego is unable to bear the gigantic pain of this 500-year-old sham. And weakened by such a waste of time, he doesn't know how to rearrange his beliefs to be grounded in truth, the truths that pertain to his life and history on earth. He should not only feel any guilt, he should not only feel any guilt about disregarding the European, he should not only feel any guilt about disregarding the Europeans' religion because they share no remorse about ignoring his. He most certainly should consider that white scholars and theologians write and rewrite the Bible at will. There are now several versions available, all claiming to be authentic interpretations. Black men preachers are at fault here for continuing to represent the slave master's religion to black people attending church searching for salvation. They tell their church members that they are praying for them, but they are really preying on them for personal elevation and financial gain. This chapter will inspire a lot of debate because the black man has never been openly challenged on his religious beliefs. Factually, the black man does not really realize that being a Christian does not just mean that he attends church. Christianity is a frame of mind, a way of thinking and acting, a type of behavior resulting from Christian teaching embedded in him when he was a baby boy. And that was chapter 9. Chapter 9, religion. Chapter 9 of the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. And it was a long one. So long, my YouTube cut off and I had to come back with part 2. Oh, man. Let me see. Chapter 10 is, so we'll come back tomorrow and read chapter 10. Sexuality and relationships. Sexuality and relationships. Let me see how long this one is. Ooh-wee. This one might have to be a 2-part 2. Oh shit. Let me show you. Not that much. Ooh, that's a good little chapter, man. That's a lot right there, baby. Yeah, chapter 10 might have to be in 2 parts, man. 2 parts. 2 parts. Especially if YouTube won't cut off on Facebook and cut off. So. Yeah, chapter 10 is long. Chapter 11 is all right. I mean, it's still something. And chapter 12 is long as shit. Chapter 12 is long as shit. So we got 3 chapters. 3 chapters left. And there they go, separated. Look at that. Look at that. This chapter 12 right here. That thing long. Yeah. Chapter 12. Chapter 12 is leadership. I guess it does have to be long. Chapter 12 gonna be like 2 or 3 parts. Woo, 2 or 3 parts. Yeah, 11 could be read in one sitting. 10 will be 2 parts. I'll try to read it in one sitting. I'll try. But it's gonna probably be 2 parts. But yes, thank y'all, man. That was chapter 9, man. Religion. Definitely a lot to take in, man. A lot to take in. A lot of meat to chew up on that one, man. A lot of notable things. Definitely a lot of stuff I see. I know. Yeah. But that was chapter 9 of the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man by Shahrazad Ali, Dr. Shahrazad Ali. And if you don't and haven't heard about her, she has 6 books in total. 6 books that I know of, 6 books in total. The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, The Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man, Are You Still a Slave? Things Your Parents Should Have Told You, How Not to Eat Pork, and The Urban Survival for the Years to Come. And I got a couple of them, so we're going we got a couple of them, and we're gonna read. I've already read this one on Facebook, so I'm gonna come back and read this one on YouTube. I'll come back and read this one next on YouTube and get it out of the way, and then we'll come back and read her other 2 books. I'll read this one first. So this one's small. So we'll go in this order. This is the order we're gonna go in. Facebook, I already read this one to you, so YouTube will get the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Then we'll go to the urban survival for years to come, and then we'll go to things your parents should have told you. Man, there's some stuff in this one. The King Alfred Plan. I've heard about that one. So yeah, but that's that, man. Man, thank y'all for sticking with me tonight. This has been a reading with Shilo. Put these up. Reading with Shilo. Yes, sir. I'm about done reading some. Yes, sir. And we'll get back, man. We'll come back next time. Appreciate everybody, man. Shalom. I hope y'all got something. Let's see what we can learn and grow from in the chapters that are being read. If I'm reading too fast, let me know. I'm definitely trying to get better at reading, and I definitely can hear it. I can hear it, hear it when I'm reading. And we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. And I hope it pushes other people to read, or, at least just pick up a book. Pick up a book. Pick up a book and read. So, shalom, man. Shilo out. Shilo out. Leave me a comment, a book you might, like to hear one day. A book you might think is a good one for learning and growth. For men, definitely. To become better men, better brothers, better fathers. If you have these books, or have knowledge of something that would be something good to read, man. A comment, leave a comment, post a comment about it, and man, I'll try to look into it. I'll try to look into it, see if that's something I can get a hold of. But right now, I'll try to just keep reading from the stuff I got up here, and we'll keep knocking them down, man, because I want to be able to say I read pretty much everything up here. Even though I have more books than this, but this is I'm gonna start here. Even though I didn't go to bed. Go your butt to bed. Yeah, we'll start there. But that's it, man. Shalom. Shalom, YouTube, man. Get at me. Let me know what's what.